Hello, my name is Donna Payne, and I'm taking CST 100, Principles of Public Speaking, and I want to thank my family for coming over tonight to listen to my speech. As with many other symbols, the Confederate flag was taken on as a symbol used by hate groups, and so most people associate that flag with hate. If this would not have happened, most people would have no problem with seeing the flag displayed in public places. Even with the bad people now associated with this iconic symbol, the Confederate flag should not be banned because this form of censorship has no place in our country. The Confederate flag is about our heritage, our culture, and past times. Why should it be banned for something that made our country what it is today? Today I'd like to tell you about the changes made in the Confederate flag over the years, what many people think it stands for, and what it truly stands for, and the reasons I feel it should not be banned. The first thing is the changes. According to usflag.org, Confederate Stars and Banners, the website, these are the changes that have been made in our flag. The first official flag of the Confederacy was the Stars and Bars, and it was used as the official flag of the Confederacy from March 1861 to May of 1863. The 7 stars represent the original Confederate states, and they are South Carolina, Mississippi, Florida, Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, and Texas. The next flag was the Confederate battle flag. It was carried during battle by Confederate troops in the field, which were the vast majority of the forces under the Confederacy. And the stars represented the 11 states in the Confederacy, plus Kentucky and Missouri. This was the best known Confederate flag, also known as the Southern Cross. The second official flag of the Confederacy was adopted on May 1st of 1863, and it placed the battle flag, or the Southern Cross, on a canton with a white field. This flag was easily mistaken for a white surrender flag when it was in the air and the wind was calm and the flag hung limply. So this flag also now had 13 stars, having been joined officially by 4 more states, and that was Virginia, Arkansas, Tennessee, and North Carolina. The third flag, adopted on May 4th of 1865, was brought in a short time before the collapse of the Confederacy, and this was the third pattern, and what they did is they added the red bar to the end because of the mistaking of the surrender flag. This made it more unique, and when it draped, it didn't get confused. This flag here was adopted as the Confederate Navy Jack flag, which was used as a Navy Jack at sea from 1863 onward, and this flag has become the most generally recognized symbol of the South, that this was the flag that most people recognize today as the Confederate flag. Now that you know how the Confederate flag has changed over the years, now I will tell you about the misconceptions of what people think it stands for. Many people associate the Confederate flag with the KKK, also known as the Ku Klux Klan. They used to wave the Confederate flag. They started using this in the 1940s, according to Koski, in his book, The Confederate Battle Flag. They started using this during their second incarnation, and so people started to associate it with the hate of the KKK. They also associate it with slavery, according to Bonner, in his book, Colors in Blood. Slavery and racism were represented by this flag, and in the 1990s, rebel flags became front-page news across the American South because civil rights groups worked to discredit the symbol and that they had associated with slavery and racism. The third thing that it stands for, according to Nia Henderson on CNN Inside the Battle Over the Confederate Flag on June 24, 2015, that with the recent shootings in South Carolina, there's been even more debate over the Confederate flag. And the flag debate is quickly becoming a major political issue ahead of the state's crucial first in the South presidential primary, according to Henderson. Now that I've told you about the changes in the Confederate flag and the misconceptions of what people think it stands for, I will tell you what it truly stands for and why I feel it should not be banned. The flag should still be flown today because of freedom of speech. First and foremost, it's the First Amendment protects this flag. The second reason is this personal meaning to people of the South. It is a symbol of Southern pride and honor. It represents heritage, not hate. It is a part of history, and it is a visual teaching aid used in the classroom. And if we remove this visual learning device, it would lead to the depletion of even more history of the Confederacy. In conclusion, I hope that I have taught you what the Confederate flag does and does not stand for, and persuaded you why the flag should not be banned from being flown anywhere Americans feel like flying it. Thank you.